Well, it's happened, folks. It has happened. Disney to close $5,000 Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel. Why? Because no one can afford it. A few people can, obviously. The Walt Disney World Hotel and Experience will take its final voyage in September. I wonder how many people are actually disappointed in this. Disney's ventures to an immersive, very expensive Star Wars experience is ending. The company said that its Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel at Walt Disney World in Florida, which cost nearly $5,000 per couple for a 2-night stay, will take its final voyage on September 28th. Employees were notified of the decision Thursday afternoon. Before that, the website showed availability through December 31st. Disney is contacting guests who have trips on the book after the scheduled closing and will give them priority to switch to an earlier slot. New bookings for the remaining voyagers will be paused until May 26th, so they're rushing and getting guests that have scheduled after. That's good. I mean, it's Disney, they want as much money as they can get. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is one of our most creative projects ever and has been praised by our guests and recognized for setting a new bar for innovation and immersive entertainment, the company said in a statement. This premium boutique experience gave us the opportunity to try new things on a smaller scale of 100 rooms, and as we prepare for its final voyage, we will take what we've learned to create future experiences that can reach more of our guests and fans. So why are you closing it down if it's so praised by everyone? Well, I guess because it's not making enough money, because you people in your greed charge way too much. And all the later projects, what are they going to cost? $7,000, $10,000? Former CEO Bob Chapek announced the project in 2017 when he was chairman of the theme parks division, and he got fired and replaced by the other guy, promising a revolutionary experience that would let Star Wars fans dress up, participate in adventures, and immerse themselves in constant role-playing. Oh, how nice. Which would be nice. Would have been a dream come true for me when I was a kid, when the original trilogy was the most hyped thing. And if they actually did the original trilogy today, but we'll get to that later. It's unlike anything that exists today, he said. The attraction, which some compare more to a cruise than a hotel, opened in March 2022. It allowed guests to live out Star Wars fantasies, taking part in lightsaber training or droid racing competitions. Would have loved to have seen those. Lessons in Sabase in an in-universe card game were available, and story moments provided choose-your-own-adventure action. The stay also included a transport shuttle to the Star Wars section of Disney's Hollywood Studios and its 2 rides and themed meals. And Nate Kuster tweeted, "Incredibly disappointing, the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser shutting down. It was an amazing experience I got to enjoy with 2 of my longtime friends who are fellow Star Wars fans. Disappointed the price point was so high, I guess, and that I won't get to take my family someday because it not only because it's closed down, you probably don't have the money." I mean, I don't know how much this guy has this money, but still, in money. Disney touted some of its innovations with the project, including creating a real lightsaber, and that was a thing. They couldn't light it for more than a few minutes. Concocting new otherworldly flavors in its food and drinks, One infamous example, Blue Shrimp, and merging real life and digital entertainment to craft a unique story for each guest. Yeah, the meal and the drinks were free except alcohol and special beverages. And from what I've heard, one of the alcoholic drinks cost about $200. But the price tag starting at $44,809, that's a weird number, for two people on weeknights during the cheapest time of the year, made the experience unattainable for many fans, I guess, especially considering the rising cost of non-galactic Disney vacation, which, from what I heard, aren't really worth it. I dated a girl once, and she told me it was really nothing but long lines and heat. So that's not a vacation I really want to take. I'd rather take a family on to a nice beach or something with affordable hotels. I mean, do you know what kind of hotels you could get for $5,000 for a week? Robert Niles, founder and editor of the Theme Park Insider, said in an email that under current CEO Bob Iger, Disney does blockbusters, not boutiques. There was no way that this ever could scale to the numbers where it made enough money to be a better investment than other projects on which Disney could spend this operating budget. He said because it was too expensive. And it did not have the characters people liked. It had Kylo Ren, so basically discount Darth Vader and discount Luke. No Luke, no Han Solo, no Leia. Most people do not like the sequel trilogy. Get that through your heads, Disney. Most people don't like it, and we want to see the characters we know and love. Not that most of us could afford it, but if we could, we'd be more inclined to go if you have the original characters. The company said it wants to deliver an immersive experience. The company said it wants to deliver an immersive experience at an even greater scale moving forward, and possibly at an even greater price because of their greed. But if they're smart enough, they'd lower a price. Many reviewers were enthusiastic about their visits when Galactic Star Cruiser launched, but even some proponents complained about the less than magical arrival scene, the utilitarian bathroom, and an unexciting lightsaber experience. Yeah, I heard that real lightsaber thing wasn't all it was cracked up to be. The price tag has consistently been the biggest concern. Well, no duh. The family price of $6,000 for 4 people is just too much, Matt Roseboom, owner of Attractions Magazine, wrote last year. Lynn Testa, president of the theme park trip planning site Touring Plans, stayed in the Star Cruiser on opening day last year and again a little more than a year later at the end of March. The property was maybe half full during his second trip, he said. On the second trip, it was obvious that Disney was going to have unexpected operational issues when the hotel wasn't full, he said in an email. And apparently there was no way to fix that without losing money. Go figure. Maybe the Galactic Star Cruiser would have lasted a little longer if it didn't cost the price of a used car to go. And some used cars are even cheaper than that. You can find some for $1,000, $1,500. They're not always the best, but even still. Testa said some of the key activities needed more people to participate so the story would make sense. There was not enough people to staff the ship's deflector shields. For example, he said, so the ship should have been destroyed during the battle, but it wasn't, and it was never explained how the ship survived. It really poked a hole in the story. Yeah. Aaron Sagers, a TV personality and entertainment journalist, went on his first Galactic Star Cruiser voyage on May 4th, celebrated as Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. He said in an email Thursday, news is incredibly disappointing. As a diehard Star Wars nerd, he said the experience surpassed his expectations, and he was already on a repeat visit. Wait. The news was incredibly disappointing. Okay. The Star Cruiser delivered on the promise of allowing you to dress up and play make-believe in the Star Wars galaxy for a few days. He said the actors, cast members, seemed to truly get to know the guests and without breaking character for a couple of days in a row. They invited me and the other passengers into a wild and mind-blowing adventure. Seeger said he also encountered a robust fandom that had cropped up around the voyages, and noting that his trip was well attended. Fans that have money, apparently. Like some sort of Burning Man in a galaxy far, far away, passengers crafted detailed backstories, established Facebook groups for individual cruises, organized pre-cruise meetups, and engaged in a bartering culture of trinkets, tokens, and trophies on board, he said. Seeger said the experience was special for those who were willing to fully immerse themselves. This is truly a loss in terms of unique theme park experiences, and a loss for the Star Wars fandom, he said. Okay, now to unpack all this. From what I heard, Disney spent about $2 billion on this. I would love to see how much money they made, because it sounds like they didn't make their money back or barely made any of it back. I mean, modern Disney is a mess. Come on. The Star Wars sequel trilogy was a failure because it was utter crap. And, I mean, what do we expect from modern Disney but greed? Pure greed. $6,000 for a family. $4,800 for one couple for 2 nights. In a lot of motels, you can get that for a week. Really nice motels. I mean, I'm sure some 5 stars cost about that much and you won't get a week. But even still, the place didn't really look that impressive. I mean, yeah, it looked nice from the pictures I saw. Obviously, I didn't go because I don't have $4,800. Well, okay, I'm single, so $1,200 to spend a night there. But I don't know, it's just Disney causes blunder after blunder. From the disappearance that was the Star Wars trilogy, the sequel trilogy, which was an insult compared to the original and even the prequel. And the prequel was heavily flawed and inferior to the trilogy, but it was still at least enjoyable to some extent. Unlike the prequel sequel trilogy, its special effects and music were great, but it ruined the original characters. Rey could do no wrong, was a complete Mary Sue. Kylo was a whining baby. And the new Star Wars has failed. I mean, it can't even sell toys. Toys! Which were the biggest draw. Toys. Some YouTubers have documented toys being on the shelves for years. And it's just pathetic. No one wants Kylo. No one wants Rey. No one wants Finn. It's just not the Star Wars we used to know. And Disney is not the company we used to know. I mean, they push political ideology, support teaching kids confusing ideologies in school, most which have no scientific or biological backing, by the way. And it's just a mess. Disney isn't what it used to be. I mean, look at its recent movies. Let's take Mulan, for example. The original 1998 Mulan was a great movie about female empowerment and overcoming the odds to keep up with the men. If you work hard, you can match the other soldiers, even the men. Since women are by default physically weaker than men, Mulan trained and she became part. Milan 2020. How can you be with the men? Ladies, you gotta have superpowers, apparently. It's just, Disney is a disgrace now. I remember a time when Disney was putting banger after banger animated movie. Lion King, Aladdin, Pocahontas, all those. The Lion King is my most favorite movie of all time. And when it came in theaters a few years back, I went to see it with a pastor friend of mine, and it was a joy. It was every bit as much of a joy when I saw it in theaters for the first time. Then I held the VHS, yes, I'm that old, in my hands for the first time when my grandmother sent it in the mail to me after it came out on video. But now, Disney is just a shell of its former self. It's greedy. Maybe it's always been greedy, okay? Businesses need to make money, but at least they cared about the stuff they made. Old Disney is gone, and the only way we're going to get it back, the only way this is going to be fixed, is if they kick all these far left, progressive people who are more concerned about pushing ideologies than actually making good products. And bring in new people with talent, with drive, with passion. But I don't think that's going to happen. And the Star Wars blunder, that's not going to hurt them financially. They have billions upon billions of dollars. So anyone who thinks this is going to bring Disney under, I hate to disappoint you, but it's not. But anyway, there's really nothing more I can say that others haven't said already. But before I go, if you would check out my other channel, I do playthroughs of Kingdom Hearts. I've been doing a Yu-Gi-Oh thing where I duel and comment on them, and I've been doing World of Warcraft playthroughs. I'm still getting used to it, so I'm not that good yet, but I'm trying. I'm also going to be streaming World of Warcraft on Twitch, hopefully in the next few days. During the weekday, and I'll leave the link in the description, during the weekdays I'll do it probably around 1 to 4 in the afternoon Central Time, Central Standard. I'm in Louisiana. And on weekends, like on Saturday, I'll probably do it around 10 or 11 till around 2:30. So anyway, if you would, give me a look up on Twitch and chat and let me know what you think and what I can and need to improve on. I'll be streaming World of Warcraft, and then I'll move on to other things. Anyway, thank you all for watching. God bless you all, and have a good day. And remember, may the Force be with you. Steven out.